Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Welcome to lower body striking, and we're looking at the striking surfaces as an introduction here for this series. We're going to start with the feet. When we think of lower body striking, we typically think of kicks or knees, so we're going to start at the bottom and kind of work our way up. With the foot, starting right at the end, I can kick with my toes. If I'm barefoot like I am right now, it's probably not a good idea. Toes are made up of very small bones, and if I hit a hard object, they're probably going to get damaged or broken. But typically, for self-defense situations, I would be wearing shoes. Now, it does depend on the type of shoe I'm wearing. If it has a nice hard kind of cap on it, the toe, then kicking with the toe to certain soft targets could be a very good idea. And that comes predominantly from the martial art of savate, boxe française savate, from France, where they do wear shoes with very hard toes on them, and that's part of the art. And there's some very interesting, very dynamic fights that you can look up online if you want to look up savate. So shoes on, hard toe, it's a good idea to kick with them. It's not a very large surface area, kind of what we talked about with the punching with the front of the fist. It's a pretty small area, it's even smaller, so you have to be very accurate. That's why the saboteurs are known as surgeons with their feet. And it's very, very particular in where those places, where those toes can go as far as being effective. As we kind of move up, we'll look at what I think is the most common kicking surface or kicking area, and that's what I would call the laces, or on the top of the foot right here. So if you were wearing shoes again, typically where the laces are is where I'm going to throw my kicks. So kind of Jeet-Kune-Do kicks or Hapkido kicks, roundhouse, front kick like that. That's going to be very effective, very forward-based kicking, and it's a large surface area. Again, some small bones up here, a little bit bigger than the toes, obviously. But if you are wearing those shoes and have some laces, you have some protection over them there as well. With the foot, you can also kick with the instep and the outer edge as well. The instep, I can just kick straight forward. Let me back a little bit here, just straight forward. It's another type of kick in savate as well, but also in my Hapkido style, where we're kicking the shin. Shin has lots of nerve endings on it, can be very painful, and just whacking the shin, again, if you're wearing those shoes, the edge of that shoe or sneaker could be quite painful. I can also stomp down with that edge of the foot, using the heel a little bit as well. With the outside edge, from martial arts, very typical, is a side kick. So kicking with the side of the foot, and putting that edge of the foot right here out to make impact there. The heel is another place we can kick with. Again, that stomping out motion, or if I turn my foot fully over here, I kick with the heel as if I'm doing like a back kick here, stomping back down. And that's a very effective, very hard surface, can do quite a bit of damage. Once we get into more martial arts stuff, I can kick with the heel with a spinning kick as well, whipping that around. The last one we talk about is the ball of the foot. So just right here. A lot of Taekwondo practitioners, when they do their kicks, they pull their toes back, which I'm not very good at, and they kick with the ball of the foot. Also in Muay Thai, the teep, or the foot jab, push kick from the lead or the rear leg, is actually made contact with that ball of the foot with the toes pulled back a little bit. So that's the feet. As we move up the leg, kicking with the shins. Muay Thai, very well known for kicking with their shins. Think of it like taking a leg off and swinging the leg around like a baseball bat. That's what the Thai kick is like. Just swinging it around, creating that momentum. Kicking with the shin, kicking with the muscle here, which is the tibialis anterior muscle. If you pull your toes up, you'll be able to feel it, and you'll be able to feel where it isn't. So kicking with that part of the leg, very, very effective, very powerful, lots of momentum behind it. And then we hit the knees. I do all kinds of knees. If someone's right up in my face and I'm having trouble, I just have to raise that knee. And right up into the nether regions there could have quite an effect. But if the person's slightly further away, I need to thrust with that knee. So see the difference? Knee coming straight up if they're very close, or knee thrusting if they're a little bit further away. Very Thai style of thrusting the knee forward. We say tang when we do that in Muay Thai. I can also hit with the inside here. I can slap to the inside, especially if I have a clinch or plum right here. I can slap to the inside, which can be kind of painful in the liver, floating ribs and things like that. I can also use it, again, if that person's very close to me, if I put my foot, say their foot was here, right next to it, I can bang the inside of the thigh here to break their structure down. So if I've got hold of their arms or their neck or something like that, and they feel very strong, just taking that out will allow me to break their structure, break their balance, maybe do a throw or throw a couple of quick shots because their structure is off balance. So that kind of covers the lower body striking surfaces. Feet, lots of areas, toes, laces, instep, knife edge on the outside, the heel and the ball of the foot. With the knees, can come straight up, so it almost hits with the top, not even the kneecap. I can thrust where the kneecap is really the point, and I'm thrusting that in. Or I can slap with the inside as well. Round knees coming from an angle as well, and that's the same surface area as that thrusting. So those are the striking surface areas we're going to look at with lower body striking. In the next video we'll go through where we're aiming for those particular types of kicks and knees. So stay safe and enjoy your training, Bruins.